Want to help us find One-Eyed Willie's Inferno? Stay tuned. Hit the music. Hello and welcome to finally another episode of Butterscotch Rewatch. Hopefully you're joining us. Hopefully you didn't give up on us.
It's been a wild ride in the last couple weeks, so we're happy to be back. We missed you guys, so
yes, excited. Definitely we're back and hopefully back for good. So so today we're going to be going over the Goonies, super classic. 1985, directed by Richard Donner and written by Steven Spielberg. So the story is written by Spielberg, and the screenplay was written by somebody else. I forgot what his name was, Columbus or something like that. I think his name was real
Not
good.
Christopher Columbus.
Real good research, Katie. Awesome.
It's been a long couple weeks, anyways.
Yeah. So, what have we been doing since then that warrants such a month long? I think it's been about a month.
Oh my
right?
gosh. Yeah, like 3 weeks. Because we released, I think right before we went to Vegas. So, we were in Vegas for a whole week. Because it was my brother's 21st birthday. So, because we've gone so many times without him, we did like a little palooza to show him like the reins and stuff like that, and it was a lot of fun.
So the Goonies, yay, the Goonies.
Classic.
Lot of people in this one. Lot of great.
Gosh. I did not remember Martha Plimpton was in this because I just know her from the mom from Raising Hope.
Right.
So because she's not really in a ton of things, I don't know, but I literally I saw her because she's one of the first kids in the cameo, and I was like. Wait a damn minute, I know who that is exactly.
Oh, there's so many great people in
there
this.
Are so many people. Thanos is in it too. I was like, oh my god, hello.
I know. Yeah. Everybody's so young. So we're gonna start out with a prison break. We open into a prison where a guard enters the cell to see Jake Fratelli hanging in his cell with a note on him. So the guard grabs the note and it says something to the extent of, I can't believe you thought I would hang myself. And then he knocks out the guard. And he takes him, he had a pipe holding him or something onto the thing.
He wasn't dangling there,
Right, yeah, obviously. And knocks him with the pipe, and then he escapes, and we see his mother and his brother in a car, and the brother's spraying gasoline everywhere. And then he jumps in, the brother comes and he can't get in through the door, so he has to jump in through the roof of the car. Yeah, so they're on the chase. They're trying to get away from the cops. They're shooting the car and everything. But as they're doing this car chase, we're going to be slowly introduced to each of these characters, each of these Goonies characters and people that would be involved in the film. So it's really cool.
Yeah, so we're first introduced to... He's such a little cutie. I love him. Sean Astin. He plays Mike Walsh, or they call him Mikey. Whatever. And then we have Data. He's so cute. I swear to God, I think when you watched the Oscars, I remember you literally tearing up and crying when he finally
I was crying.
Oscar.
I was so happy and cried. I was like, if someone deserves it, it's him. He's just the cutest, most adorable human being. I just love him. Yeah. He's so just adorable, especially when he was in Indiana Jones. It's Indy.
Yes.
That's Ki Hoi Kwan is who we're talking about, if you didn't know.
Arcane. Oh my god. I love him so much, and I think he's the cutest in this movie, too. He's just adorable with his little gadgets. And then we have the Corey Feldman, who plays Mouth, because he's in everything this year. And then we have Lawrence Chunk, who's played by Jeff Cohen, and then we just get kind of slowly introduced to Brand, who's Josh Brolin, Andy, who's played by Carrie Green, and then Steph. And while we're going through all these characters, Sean Astin, we just see him waking up and looking out the window. Data, it kind of introduces a little bit of their personalities. So Sean Astin is just waking up, he's just vibing. We just know we're in his house. Data, he's like trying out a new invention. You can see all like these crazy things that are like outside of the houses in his room. He's always wearing like an Inspector Gadget jacket that has like a bunch of cool things. Mouth is just annoying, and you kind of get that from the start because like his dad is like trying to fix the sink, and he's literally like has the TV all the way up. Or he's just watching TV, and then all of a sudden you hear like the brothers getting the police chase or whatever from the outside, and then the dad thinks it's the TV, and and Mouth is just like, Dad, whatever. Like, anyways.
Yeah, he's like banging on the TV, thinking nobody notices that there's any chase or gunshots, real gunshots going on, except for Chunk. He's the only one that sees it, and he's literally at an arcade playing a game. I forgot what the game was. It was like Cave something or something, Cave Digger or something like that. I don't know what he was playing. And he literally like, oh wow, a police chase, and he puts his pizza and he had a strawberry shake, and he puts that against the window, and he's like, oh my god, and it's like smushed, and it's like,
I know. If I was a kid and playing in this movie, that would be me. He's always hungry, always eating, and the funniest thing too, that he's the only one that's seen this, is that he is when we learn later, is he's a chronic liar. So no one believes him about anything. And even, like, adults don't believe him about anything later on because he is, like, a chronic liar or likes to shade the truth a little bit.
Yeah, he's the boy who cried wolf, for sure.
Yes. 100%. That's perfect. Yes. And then we see the adorable Josh Brolin, and he just plays, like, the older brother. And he's just working out all the time. Yeah.
Like old workout stuff.
Like I'm like there's like a thigh master in the corner. I'm like, what is he doing with that? Like, what's going on here?
Oh, that's great.
And then like we cut to Andy, and of course she's like the captain of the cheer squad. Like she's just like your normal like perfect girl next door, probably like number one in her class and like cheerleader, and she's just so popular. And then for some reason, and this was the opening scene where I was like, wait, Martha Plimpton, is that you?
Because it's weird.
I think Steph is literally like putting her head like in a barrel or something. Like, I don't know what the hell was going on. Like, I don't know if she almost got hit by something and she was like trying to dodge, and like, I don't know what was going on. I'm like, why are we bobbing for apples or like seafood?
It was crabs. It was a like thing full of crabs, and she's literally like bobbing. She pops her head up, and then she like grabs a crab, and I was like, what is going on?
I could not tell you. I really could not tell you. All I knew was that's when I was like, oh my god, it's the mom from Racing Home.
You're like, I know her.
Literally, I was just crabs. Like, what are you doing, girl?
And so what is happening in this town is the country club wants to expand and has bought all of their houses. They're called the Goondocks. So that's where they get the name Goonies from. And none of them can afford to buy their houses outright, so they have to sell. And that way they can tear down the houses. So this is their last weekend together before all of their houses get torn down. You know, they meet at Mikey's house. That seems to be That's
definitely
like the
hangout.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then Brandon is his name, but they call him Brandon. Everybody has a nickname. Mm-hmm. He's just working out. He's just like, he's in a sweatsuit.
And a sweatband, too. He's always got the like bandana or sweatband on.
But in 80s fashion, he has like the gym shorts on top of the sweatpants.
Mm-hmm.
And I think his like, isn't his sweatshirt like cut off and then has like a half top almost?
Yeah, so yeah, and I didn't quite understand that because he's wearing full length gray sweatpants with like booty shorts on top of them.
Yep.
And then the cut off, like it's like he took a large sweatshirt and cut the sleeves off.
Yeah.
But he still has like the pocket and the strings and the hood, I think, and everything.
80s fashion. Yeah,
and then
80s
he has
fashion.
that sweatband on, and he's always working on that stupid I don't even know what it's called, where you're like constantly like expanding.
It's like a spring, and you just pull it
for like your back or whatever,
yeah,
your arms. But it's just like that's the equipment you choose to just like always have. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, and I believe his character's like 16 in this because he failed to get his driver's license the first time, so he has a bike. Yeah, and so we're just gonna see basically everybody coming over to meet at Mikey's house. Mouth comes over by knocking on the door. Data flies through the screen door while ziplining from his house because he's across the
Because he
street.
has some cool equipment. I want to be friends with that kid. He's awesome.
And then poor Chunk. One, they're so mean to this poor kid because he's
They really
chunkier.
are.
They really are mean
And
to
he's
him.
not
This is
even chunky. He's
no,
really
he's
not even
not.
chunky. He's just cute, and
He's
I
a
just want to pinch his
little.
little cheeks.
He's 10 in this movie, the actor. Now, I know they hired him to be this character. Like, I get it. I get it. I
Yeah.
get it. I get it. However, I do know that Richard Donner wanted him to take this role, but he also hired a nutritionist and somebody to help him. He's like, play this role, and we're going to help get you in, like into shape, like in shape, more healthier. I don't want to say like get in shape because he's a
Yeah,
10-year-old kid, but like teach you
right.
better eating habits, and I mean, he's an adult now, and he is not heavy whatsoever.
No,
So,
he's looking very fit, so.
yes. So at least they did that. But poor Chunk wants to come in and he can't because there's like a booby trap to get in. And Mouth is like, you have to do the truffle shuffle, which is him pulling up his shirt and like wiggling his fat, which is
Yeah.
terrible and awful. And he's like, oh, come on, guys.
I just know Corey Feldman genuinely enjoyed that too. Like, I just
Oh,
know
for
that he
sure.
genuinely was like, ho ho ho, that's so funny.
Yeah.
Make the fat kid dance. Ho ho ho.
I mean, that's what people did
So,
in the 80s and the
I
90s. You couldn't
know.
even be the slightest. It was just, if you were fat, you were just called fat, even if you had like
Yeah. If you
a
were a
little
size
bit.
4, you were fat.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Oh, could not be me. That's insane. So we find out that wait, I'm pretty sure that Mikey's dad is the only one that works. Like I'm pretty sure mom doesn't usually work. But dad is a museum curator. So usually if you're in the arts, you're not making a lot of money. So you can tell that they're behind on bills, and because there's like things around the house and things that Mikey says that he's just like, yeah, like if we had a bunch of money, then we wouldn't, like my dad would never have to lose sleep over bills and
Mhm.
work these extra shifts and blah blah blah. So that makes me believe mom does not work. However, mom was really not in this movie that much, so we don't
No,
really
she's
know.
not.
But all of a sudden, Mikey's mom just kind of comes in. All the boys are in the living room, and she brings in just a person to help. Her name is Rosita. And I
Mhm.
think she just like found her in a parking lot somewhere and was just like, "Hey, like, do you want to help with some cleaning, packing up the house because she does have a broken arm. Mom's arm or wrist is
Yes.
broken, so she's in a cast, so she's unable to do that. But the catch with Rosita is that mom says she only speaks Spanish. But for some reason, and I know this is a part of he's a smart ass, but he is actually very intelligent. That's Mouth's personality is that he's fluent in Spanish. So, of course, he's like, oh, I can help her. Like, I can help translate for you and blah, blah, blah. I'm fluent in Spanish, which he actually is. Like, he goes around and
Yes.
he actually is fluent. He can read it and write it, or read it and speak it and everything. Um, but when they're actually doing the tour, it's a little different.
Yeah, like she'll be like, the mom will be like, okay, go ahead, the t-shirts are here, the shorts are here, the pants are here, go ahead and pack those in. And like he translates like the cocaine is here,
Yeah. The heroin's on the
the
bottom drawer.
heroines.
Just make
Yeah.
sure we always organize the drugs and like
Yes.
stuff. And she's just like, "Adios mio," like please help
Yeah,
me.
and
This is
she's like, oh
scary.
no. Yeah, and
Yeah,
he continues to do that, like, we'll put you in the dungeon if you don't do it correctly kind of thing with the others. It
yeah.
just
She's just
can't
like,
be
"I am
in.
in a house of horrors."
Yeah. She's like, oh, so the mom's like, all right, I'm gonna take her to we're gonna go shopping for some food and stuff like that to the
Mhm.
market. So the two ladies leave and she tells Data, please use the actual door this time. Like, don't go through my screen door. Because when she first came in and the screen door was like off, she's like, oh, Data's
Yeah,
here. Great.
yeah. Literally, she's like, "Oh, just like clockwork."
Yeah. Hmm. So once they leave, the boys, are want to go up into they're going to go up to the attic where their dad keeps stuff from the museum. So they're going up there, and they're talking about One-Eyed Willie, who was this he's a pirate. His ship was the Inferno. He has a whole bunch of gold. I think he hid it somewhere that nobody could find it. They never found his ship. They never found him. Blah blah blah. So thank goodness, while they're all looking through stuff, Chunk is very, very clumsy. So he knocks something over. It's like there's a map in like a
frame.
He knocks that over, which is fine because they're going to take the map.
And it's got this big thing. What are you doing? Hey, Mike found the map. Yeah. Hey, look. That says 1632. Is that a year or something? No, it's your top.
But then there's also like this doubloon behind it. It's like a kind of like a little key thing, sort of looks like, or like a decoder.
It's like a medallion kind of thing, and it like falls out of the frame. But the weird thing about this doubloon is that it has holes in it, which I never seen that before. But we'll find out why later.
Yeah, it's from 1632, and they're like, oh my god, we need to find One-Eyed Willie's treasure, because if we find his treasure, we can pay off everybody's houses, and we can stay together. Everything will be great. So they kind of come up with that plan. So they also discover an old newspaper article, and it's about an explorer named Chester Copperpot, from, I think it was from 1935, where he's like, I have the key to One-Eyed Willie's treasure. That's what he said, but he was never seen again.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he dedicated his life to finding it, and that he had it, and and that's just what he's known for. But yeah, again, he disappeared off the face of the earth.
So the boys, they want to go on this adventure together. All the boys are in. There is one obstacle in their way. Who is that obstacle, Ireland?
Yeah, so Brand is their obstacle because, again, Mom put him in charge, of course, so he's obviously not going to be okay with them going on this treasure hunt, because literally, it's so funny because Mikey's mom's like a bubble wrap mom. Mikey is like the cute little kid that has asthma and like never can see the sun and all of these things. So Mom literally told Bran, like, hey, don't even let him go outside. Like, the boys will stay in the house, and that's that, right? So Bran is like just sitting in the living room, and he's again working out because that's all he does. He's watching Cyndi Lauper, by the way, my queen. Anyways,
yeah, which is the Goonies song. They're playing the Goonies song on there, which we'll get to later.
And the boys are like, "There's no way in hell that Bran's gonna let us go." So we have to divert, like a distraction, kind of. The diversion that they give Bran is that they're going to tie him up with his weird little accordion workout thing. So they all literally take him over, and then they like tie his arms behind the recliner. So he's just like stuck in the recliner, basically.
Yep.
Hey, Brian, hop off in the stretch tag.
It's not that hard. Hey, get off me, Chunk. Get up. Get up me. I got you.
And then all of the boys just like sprint out, and they all jump on their bikes. But of course, Mouth is smart, so Bran can't catch up with them. He literally puts airs out of Bran's new tires in his bike because he cannot drive a car. And yeah.
So then we're gonna cut to rich boy Troy. So his daddy is the one that like is the richest. They're the richest family in this entire Astoria. Is this what that's where it's at, right?
Astoria. Or Estonia,
the town of Astoria, I think it is. And so he's driving in his Mustang convertible 5.0.
Daddy's money.
That every person had back in the day. And Andy the cheerleader is in the passenger seat, and Steph, who is her best friend, is in the back seat, and she's just, like laughing, and Troy's being a turd. He's got the mirror, and he's pointing it down Andy's shirt, trying to get, just being a creepers. And she's like, if you touch that mirror one more time, I'm gonna break your hand, basically. And while this is happening, Brand has gotten out of his accordion tie-up thing.
I really don't know what that's called.
Has no bike, so he has to take the next door neighbor's bike. Unfortunately for him, she's 6 and has a tiny little adorable girl bike with training wheels on it. So
on the side too, and
he's
not tall.
He's not a small man. He's not a small 16-year-old. He is tall. Yeah, he's tall and he's basically riding the bike with his like knees up and everything like that. And they see the car. Troy sees Brand, and he's like, "Oh my God, is that Brand?" And they're like, "Brand, do you want to ride?" He's like, "No." And then Troy, being a douche, because Andy is in it to Brand for sure,
100%.
And I think Troy's kind of like thinking that he grabs Brand's hand and then speeds his car up so that he's basically being pulled. He's like, "All right, stop!" The training wheels are like flying off, and then he flies off a cliff.
Let go of my hand! Oh my God! The world, sugar!
Yeah. Not sure about that one.
They're like,
it's like $2. Like that's what it reminded me of.
Yeah. This is either in Washington or Oregon. I don't know which one it is, but up there. So it's got like lots of trees and a lot of the winding roads that go down the mountain and stuff like that. So he should be dead. He's not. He's fine.
He's fine. No scratches or anything.
No scratches or anything. Like he's apparently all that working out helped, I guess.
Indestructible.
And that of course pisses Andy off. She's like, "You're a dick." And of course she wants to go find Brand to make sure he's okay because I would be like, "Is he dead?" You probably should call the cops. Yeah.
Am I an accomplice? Like what just happened? I just witnessed a death.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
God.
Andy is, of course, is dressed in her cheerleading uniform, but she has a sweater on that says Troy.
Ugly-ass cardigan.
Like, so instead of wearing his, Letterman jacket, she's wearing like a cardigan that has his name on it. So,
so now we cut back to the boys, and the boys with Mikey has the doubloon, and remember it has like the little marks in it, like the empty marks. So they're like, the treasure map like kind of leads to here, right? And they're all like, "Oh, we're in the wrong spot," because it's just like beach kind of. Like it's like where they're at, like there's mountains and there's like beach and there's just a ton of water and there's really not a lot going on. There's like abandoned restaurants and stuff too. And Mikey's just kind of like standing off in the back and he's like lining up the doubloon, and the doubloon matches with like a mountain landmark kind of. I don't really know how the best way to describe it, but there's like a landmark that literally fits perfectly into these etches in the doubloon. So Mikey's like, "Oh, 100% this is not a coincidence. Like this has to be the place." So he's like, "No, we're definitely in the right place." So now that they know that they're in the right place, now they can use the map to figure out, okay, well, how far are we from this treasure? Like, where should we go? So when they take out the map, they figure out that it's about 100 steps, right, from where they were standing, and then to go to, and it was like west or something like that. So of course, Data's amazing, and he has his little compass out, and he's like, "Okay, it's that way." And when they get there, they encounter this abandoned, which looks abandoned, it's sketchy as hell, restaurant.
I think it's one of those like seasonal restaurants, but
where it's like
they mentioned it was closed for the season, but it looks like it looked gross to begin with, and then when they went inside, it's like no. That's been abandoned for like 100 years.
There's no lights. Like, there's no way in hell that's seasonal. There's no way.
Yeah.
That's a front.
So the kids go in, and they're like looking around. Chunk's outside, and he goes into like kind of the garage area, and he sees a car with bullet holes in it. He knows it's the Fratelli's car. Because he was the only one that actually did see
the police chase.
The whole police chase and see all that, which is a problem because he doesn't tell the truth ever. Yeah. So he's trying to tell the kids like, "No, it's them. They're here. It's the Fratellis. Blah blah blah." So the kids go into, they're like, shut up, whatever. You like when Michael
they're
Jackson
like, just
came
like
to
when
my
you
house.
said Michael Jackson stopped
Yeah.
in to use your bathroom, and like it's like
Yeah.
some very obscure things going on.
Yes, they were crazy. And so they go into the restaurant and they run into Ma Fratelli, and she's like, "What do you want?" And they're like, "Oh, restaurant." And she's like, "Well, have a seat." She's like pretending, because the one brother comes out. He's got like an apron on, and she's like, "Oh, we have customers." And she's like, "What do you want?" And then they're like, "4 waters," you know. So she's like, "All right, I'll be back." So she goes and she gets the waters. They're yellow. I don't even know how she found glasses. Everything is dark, dingy, gray, gross. Yeah. It's just gross. And, she's like, all right, well, drink your waters and go. And Mikey's like, I have to use the bathroom. Can I use the bathroom? And she's like, yeah, it's down the hall to the right. Stay to the right. She just keeps repeating, stay to the right. Stay to the right.
That's not sketchy at all.
Yeah.
Nothing off with that.
Of course, he's not going to stay to the right because he is looking, he believes that in the lowest part of this structure is the entrance to One-Eyed Willie's cave for the treasure. On his way there, he discovers somebody.
Yeah, so he discovers the Fratelli's third brother, who will later find out his name's Sloth. And poor Sloth is literally chained to the wall. He has only thing in and I'm gonna call it a cell because it's literally a cell. Like, it's so tiny. He literally just has this uncomfortable dining chair that he is constantly sitting in. He has a small TV, and we see that his older brother is kind of, I don't want to say smacking him around, but he's definitely being a dick to him. He's he just the verbal things are just so rude, and you can just tell that nobody in the family treats him like a human being. So it's just so uncomfortable to watch. But then as this is going on, Sloth is getting upset, so of course he's going to be kind of screaming and I don't want to say growling, but he's definitely groaning or just roaring kind of. And Mikey gets really scared, and he kind of starts to run up the stairs, and we have a little jump scare.
Yeah, it's Brand. Brand's there. Yeah. He's like, gotcha, you little turd or whatever. And so the kids leave, and as they're leaving out, because they're just walking, because the kids walked, and of course Brand flew off a cliff, and he's fine.
And he just miraculously knew where they were. I know that they had bikes there, but how the hell did you find them after going off the cliff on the other direction?
Because after he flew off the cliff, they had already used the doubloon without Brand. So if he was there while they were using it, it's different. But yeah, for some reason he's got...
Yeah, because you're taking 100 steps into the woods, kind of, to find this restaurant. How the hell did he know? But anyways, I don't know.
This may be the start of Thanos. So that maybe this is a young Thanos. So he didn't get hurt. He knew where everybody would be. He's gonna collect some stones.
Some soul stone, yeah.
He wants to collect some jewels.
Whatever you do, don't snap. Yeah, it's terrible. Yeah. Oh my gosh, and the new one's coming out. That's crazy. Anyways.
And they run into Andy and Steph, because Andy and Steph, of course, were looking for Brands because, 1, Andy has a crush on him, and 2, he flew off a cliff.
Yeah, Andy's just making sure that he was still alive. I also still don't know how they all found each other, because this restaurant is not right off the little coast. It's in there in the woods. But, maybe it's the hot spot. I don't know. And I feel bad for poor Steph, because she's just a third wheel. She is. She's like the yeah. She's like, literally. Yeah, sure, Andy. I'll just do whatever you say. You can
my
tell
hot best friend. Get the guy. Yay.
Literally.
I get nothing. Yay.
Always.
Poor thing. So while they're outside, they're kind of further from... They're kind of further from the restaurant.
There's shrubbery and stuff that separates them. So they're kind of by the shore now instead of right next to the restaurant.
Yeah, so the Fratellis pack up a dead body, it looks like, throw it in the car, and then they take off. So this is an excellent time for the kids to go back into the restaurant to try to find the entrance to One-Eyed Willie's. and Brand, Andy, and Steph go with them. So it's like an adventure. She just wants to go where Brand is.
Reluctantly, but I think she's like, as long as Brand protects me. It's like one of those things. But they definitely are all like really cute in the adventure, though. Yes. So now they're going back to the lowest area of the restaurant. Kind of Mikey's guiding them because he was the only one that kind of like went downstairs. And all of a sudden we see like this nice purified water jug. That is not the water that was served to them, by the way. So I don't know where the hell that came from. But again, Chunk is clumsy because even in the beginning of the movie, he's knocking over statues and, he's bumping into everything. So now, again, he's clumsy. He's trying to drink the water and then he knocks off the water jug. But when he knocks off the water jug of this little thing, it like rolls and puts out the fire in the fireplace. And when the fire comes out of the fireplace, it's exposing like a passageway. There's like a divot in it. So Mikey's like, there's absolutely no fucking way. Like this has to be like the lead way to where One Eye Willie would have his, or where he would have his gold. Yeah.
So they think that's where, they go. And they're like, there's a tunnel down here. And they all start going down there. And Chunk is like, I smell ice cream. So he goes into the freezer. He's like, there's a rocky road. There's, banana split, whatever. Yeah. And there's also a dead body.
Yeah. Eyes wide open, too. That was a jump scare for me. Yeah. I was like, oh my gosh, this man, like, they don't even have, like, eyes closed, mummified, nothing. He's just like...
No. And so the kids freak out, of course. And they're like, and then they end up pushing it back into the freezer. Yeah. Unfortunately, Chunk is kind of behind the body, so he gets pushed into the freezer too. But he gets out because they
have the little freezer. Push. Yeah.
And so the kids are like they're already all the kids are already down the tunnel by the time Chunk, I'm gonna call him Chunk.
I know, that's my chinchilla's name, everybody, so that's why. Sorry.
So by the time Chunk gets out, he sees, I think it's just Mike, he's the last one. He's the last one going down, and he's like, I'm coming. He's like, no, go get help. Like, go get the police, And he's like, okay. So he climbs out the window, and the kids go down into the tunnels. And, so...
And of course, poor Steph is having a complete Velma moment because poor Steph is just, she just gets dragged along or whatever, but all the kids are entering the tunnels. It's almost kind of like a slide almost, I believe, when they go in the tunnel. And of course, Steph drops her glasses and girl can still see, I guess, because she doesn't have them for the rest of the movie, but of course she drops her glasses. And the kids find like this room of pipes. And for some reason, they start, like, banging on them and pulling on them because they think it's kind of like a puzzle almost because now they're just, like, stuck in this room with a bunch of pipes. So they're trying to figure out what the hell to do next. And it is really funny, like, when they do this, all of these pipes are connected to, like, areas like in the town, primarily the country club. So like the first thing I think we see is when they start to like pull down on some pipes, these two old men are like done with their tennis lesson and he's just trying to get a drink of water from the water fountain and it just keeps going lower and lower, like he's like trying to bend down and then of course it gets pushed back up, so then he gets like hit in the face and his friend has no reaction, by the way. The old man,
that's normal.
He's just like, oh. He's like knocked out on the floor and his friend's just like,
normal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then there's this poor kid on the toilet that the toilet
it's
like
Troy. It's Troy.
Oh, it is Troy. Yeah.
It is Troy. Yes.
He's so like, I can't. But yeah, Troy's like trying to like take a poop in the bathroom and this is when they like are really messing with the pipes and then the pipes actually do end up exploding with like a ton of water coming out of them and like, it literally explodes when Troy's sitting on the toilet.
Flying off the toilet.
Literally flying.
Yeah, which you could actually see the, because obviously he was sitting on a seat and it popped up with the water rushing, but you can actually see the pipe of the seat that pushes him off the toilet, like, like the thing, and then he flies off and he's like, Daddy!
No. Totally.
So Chunk, he makes it out of the window. He's running around. He's like, oh, I gotta find somebody. He's trying to stop a car. Stops a car, and he's like, hey, mister. He's like, what seems to be the problem? He's like, I need you to get me to the police station. He's like, the Fratellis are, hiding out. There's dead bodies, blah, blah, blah.
And I can identify every single one of them.
Yes.
Which is the real bad thing that he says, because who's in that car?
Which, unfortunately for him, it's the Fratellis. So he gets thrown in the car. Back to the restaurant you go.
Yeah, back to the freezer. Oh,
yeah.
God.
So he's getting questioned. Mom is Mama, as they call her, Mama Fratelli, is threatening to put his hand in a blender if they don't tell him everything. Tell me everything. He goes, everything? And the one brother, Jake's like, yeah, everything. And he's like, well, when I was born. He's literally telling his life story.
Literally is like, hold my beer, and he goes, and then he just starts spilling every secret he's ever had in his entire life from the moment he was birthed. So
funny.
Honestly, what an icon for that. And the brother, you could tell, like, and it's like when they cut back later, he's like still going, and they're literally like rolling their eyes at him, like, oh my God, maybe not everything.
Yeah. And he's telling them, like, what are the kids up to? And he's like, they're gonna find a treasure, and it's under a tunnel under the fireplace. And they're like, okay, liar. Like, they're like really pissed off about that.
There's no tunnels here. Like, what are you talking about?
And then it cuts away from that, and we're back to the Goonies, who found another tunnel, and one of them trips on a skeleton. And of course, Andy's screaming, and she's like, "No, thank you." She like runs back.
Same girl, same.
Yeah.
I'd be doing the same thing.
And so they decide to go through his wallet. They're like, "Find his wallet." No, you find his wallet. No, you find. They're like, it's got to be Chester Copperpot, and they're like, no, maybe it's Chester Copperpot. So they look through his backpack. They do find a key, like a weird, like a pirate. It's got like a pirate face on it, and they find a whole bunch of candles, which one of them is marked dynamite. So
yeah, and it literally says it right on there, by the way.
So Dana's like, oh, I got some candles. I'll keep those for later. He's gonna go set some booby traps.
Yeah, booty
So
trap.
Yeah,
they call it like booty trap this whole time, and they're like booby trap, and he's like, if that's what I said.
Yeah. And while this is all happening, Andy, of course, is panicking. Like, I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here. This is crazy. We're all gonna die. And then Mikey accidentally sets off one of the booby traps, and he's like, it's Data, Andy, and Steph who kind of went the other way back, and it's dropping these huge rocks, periodically. So they are running. They got to run if they don't want to get smushed by these rocks, and they make it just in time, thank goodness. So they think they're stuck because they can't go back. There's nothing forward. But Bran finds a large boulder, and with his muscles, he just moves it.
Yeah, he's so strong. He just moves it so easily. And when he moves it, these like bats fly out of it.
Tons of bats. All over. And Steph keeps yelling, rabies, rabies. I would be doing the same thing.
100%. And these bats are not just like flying around in this tunnel, but now they're like flying through the fireplace of the Fratelli's like hidden restaurant thing. So now the Fratellis are like, oh shoot, this kid has actually been telling the truth the whole time for Chunk. So now they believe Chunk about the whole underground tunnel system.
And they really believe it because he's clumsy again, and he drops the doubloon, and they look at it and they're like, So they definitely believe it. So Mama's like, let's go, let's get some treasure because they want money. So,
but they're not taking Chunk with. So.
No. They decide that they're gonna tie him up, not put him in the freezer. They're gonna tie him up, and they're gonna put him in the same room as Sloth, who's watching TV. He's watching an Errol Flynn movie. Errol Flynn was an old, 1940s actor. He's very handsome. I know a lot of the ladies back in the day were like, oh yeah, 1940s. Like, he's so dreamy. Yeah, well, when you're you're that good looking, you get a lot of chicks. Unfortunately for him, it ended really badly for him. Look that up because it is not cool.
Oh. Okay, I'm gonna have
What
to look
happened
that
to
up. I have
him?
no idea.
Yeah, that's a story.
Okay.
It's a story in itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, just look up Errol Flynn. What happened to Errol Flynn?
Okay, I'm sure it'll I'm sure if I just type in the name, that'll be the first like thing.
Errol
searched on
Flynn.
this,
Yeah.
so.
How did he die? Not,
Oh gosh.
not
Okay.
without lots of pain.
Oh Jesus.
Yes. So he's in this room with Sloth. He is scared shitless because he's like,
Yeah.
oh my God, it's a monster. You know, because Sloth, he's like one eye, he's just
Well, and
he's,
you hear a
deformed.
lot of screaming too, like screaming and like almost like roars, kind of like because Sloth puts on this persona that he like. No offense, but this guy's getting tortured all the fucking time. Like by his brothers and I don't even know, probably his mom too. So, I mean, he doesn't know any better than people actually treating him like a human being. And poor Chunk is like, obviously he's scared because Sloth is disformed. Like, he just looks very different than his brothers. And I'm guessing that he's never seen anybody like that before. So obviously he gets a little scared at first, but Chunk being Chunk, he is super, super sweet. And he is very sweet to him because I think it's a little bit out of fear, but he genuinely is a really good kid. So
Yeah. So cuts back to the kids. Kids find a waterfall and they see a ton of coins. So like, oh my gosh, we have found
the gold.
the treasure. This is great. So they're picking this up and it's all like pennies and they're like, I see Lincoln. I see one of them was Martin Sheen. He says Martin Sheen and they're like, that's Kennedy, you idiot.
Yeah.
which I think Martin Sheen did play Kennedy in like in a show or something or a movie or something. I think that was like kind of like a hidden Easter egg. And then they figure it out like Andy's like, wait. They look up and it's like, this is the wishing well. These are people's wishes. We can't steal these wishes. Like,
yeah.
You know,
like
and
I
Mel's
put
like,
money into this too, and I wouldn't want anybody stealing my wishes and blah blah blah. So
yeah, and Mel's like, the hell I can't. This is a wish that didn't come true. This is a wish that didn't come true for me. This is a wish that didn't come true for me.
honestly,
And
both
and then they kind of like pan up to the actual like the upside of the wishing well, and someone's making a wish.
So Troy and his yes man, like yes men, I guess, because there's two of them, are up at the freaking well, of course. And I don't know what bros just hang around a well. I've never quite seen that before. But the bros are just broing around the well. And of course they're like, haha, dude, like, how's it going with Andy? Like, and of course his other friends like, haha, totally like went all the way with her, bro. Like, haha, because that's all they talk about, and then they just high five each other. And Troy's like, you know what, fellas? Like, I haven't yet, but the key word is yet. And of course, Troy makes this dumbass wish and throws a coin in there, and he goes, well, my wish is to make it with Andy because we're not adults and we can't have sex, but that's fine. And the coin, like when he puts the coin in, like he's making his wish, and then all of a sudden, like 10 seconds later, the coin flies back up.
Hey, Troy, how far you got with Andy?
All the way, buddy? You guys are so immature. Why don't you grow up?
Come on, tell us.
Really? If I put it this way, I didn't make it with her yet. And I stress yet. Huh? What the hell? What'd you wish for? To make it with Andy.
And he's like, and it's freaking Andy. And he's like, wait a second. He's like, wait, that sounds like Andy.
Yeah.
And Andy, of course, is like, I want to get the hell out of here because this place is freaking nuts. So send the little bucket down and the rope so that we can get the hell out of here.
So Mikey stops her and tells her that they've made it further than anybody. They made it further than the professional who's Chester Copperpot. You know, we really need to make an effort to save our houses because it's super important. And, you know, Andy's like, no, I want to go home. This is dangerous. Obviously, we almost died back there with the one booby trap. And, you know, I just want to go home. And we don't know where Chunk is. We don't know if he's alive. He might be dead. And Mikey's like, don't say that. Goonies never say die. And then she says, well, I'm not a Goonie. I want to go home. And then Mikey tells her, you know, we're going to have to get used to new schools, new houses. You know, it's not going to be the same when we look at the sky. It's going to be a different sky, even though that's not true. But, you know, like he's just like, we're in a different area. This is the last weekend we have together. This is the only chance we have to save our houses. Like, this is it. It's worth the gamble to do this. And so Troy pulls up the bucket, and that when he pulls it up, it's just his sweater.
Yeah, his ugly cardigan.
Hanging from it. Yes, hanging from it. And he's like, he yells down and he goes, Andy, you Goonie!
Yep. Well,
I guess she's a Goonie. She's officially a Goonie, yep.
Yeah. And that sweater was ugly anyway. And it's beat up, too, because now she's just been, like, trucking through the underground, so.
Right. And skeletons and all that stuff, yeah.
Meanwhile, we start to see Chunk interact with Sloth. So he's trying to talk to Sloth, and of course, he has a Baby Ruth bar on him because he always has food on him at all times. Can literally sniff the ice cream from a mile away, of course. So he's a Baby Ruth, and he's trying to give it to Sloth as like a gesture of like, hey, like I want to be your friend. Like I'm nice. Like please don't hurt me. And he drops it. And Sloth is like he's like kind of going insane because he really wants the Baby Ruth. So it's like the craziest thing ever. He literally like rips the chains off the wall with his hands, and then he does the same thing with his legs as well. So he's free, and he like gets the Baby Ruth bar, and he sees that like Chunk gave him the offering. So now he's starting to untie Chunk, and it's really cute because like Chunk's like, man, you're the only one that I've ever met that's been hungrier than me. And like Chunk, like, and Sloth will take a bite of the Baby Ruth. Then he offers a piece of it to Chunk, and like it's super cute. And they just bond and they just get along so well.
Yes, yeah, it's really cute. So back to the Goonies in the caves. Mikey finds where the key goes. He finds that it goes. There's like all these. There's 3 holes in it, and it's like a certain pattern, so he has to figure it out. And then he has to turn it. Well, when he turns it, the floor drops out, and Data drops to his death. Just kidding. His pinchers of peril save him right before he hits the spikes.
Which is so
and
funny
it's literally
because it's literally the toy teeth that like do like the little chatter, like they did. I don't know
like
how
a slinky.
Yeah, and a slinky, and I don't know how it's that strong.
Yeah,
but
there's no way. No way, but it's his invention. It's super cute. And he's like this far from these spikes.
Yeah.
So what the kids do is he's saved. He's like, don't worry, pinchers of peril, save me. So cute.
Literally.
So they get a rope and they all climb down to, you know, this is the right way to go apparently, even though there were spikes. So
yeah,
that's the way
they're all down there safely, so it's fine.
Yeah.
And now poor Chunk is actually now trying to call the cops because now he's free and Sloth is on his side and all these things. So he finds a phone and he calls, and of course the police officer is like, oh, just like when this happened again, just like when all of these things happen again. And this time Chunk's actually telling the truth, but again, because he's the boy that cried wolf, nobody believes him ever, not even the police officers. But there is one thing that happens, like when he's in the middle of talking, the phone just goes out because I'm pretty sure him and Sloth are like walking kind of somewhere, and like Sloth like kind of pulls him, and then the phone unplugs or something like that. So when the phone hangs up abruptly, the cop is like, "Ooh, that's a little strange."
Yeah. And it's cute because he calls him, well, it's not cute, but he calls him Lawrence. That's his name, Lawrence. He's like,
Yeah,
Lawrence, is this you again?
Yeah.
You know, poor Lawrence. Yeah. And he's like, no, this time I'm really telling the truth. He's like, yeah, like the last time of the last time of the last time. Okay.
Right.
Well, that sucks for them. So back to the caves. Everybody's got to use the potty.
This is the little boy's room. This is the little girl's room.
This cave is for the little girl's room. This cave is for the little boy's room. But Bran goes down a third cave because that is the men's room. And they all follow. Because they're like, men's room, sorry, Mikey,
It never
men's room.
helps you
Men's
sleep at night.
Yeah, okay,
I'm using the men's room. Like, okay, you're 12.
So, Steph and Andy are talking, and Andy's like, I want to get Brand to come in here, and I'm going to kiss him. And she's like, okay, whatever. So she's like, I know what I'm doing, Steph. So she's like, Brand, can you come here for a second? And then, of course, Brand's like, can you go see what she wants, Mikey?
Brand's taking the longest leak of his life.
He's taking a man leak. I guess it's a man leak.
He's just standing right next to him while he's peeing, and he's just like, will you go see what she's yelling about?
It's like Austin Powers when he first gets unfrozen.
Literally. Like, defrostation complete. And then it, like, still doesn't finish, and he just keeps going.
He, like, shakes his leg.
Yeah.
Evacuation complete.
Oh my god.
Complete.
The spy shagging is so good.
Oh. So Mikey goes in there, and it's dark, and it's just Andy, and she has her eyes closed, and she just grabs him, and she kisses him. Mm-hmm. And he's like, and his feet are like,
you see his little toes, like his feet are like, he's little, and he's like,
holy crap, this like amazingly gorgeous girl is kissing me, and then he leaves. She has no idea that it's Mikey, and Steph's like, how was it? And she's like, well, it was good, but like, his braces? He felt like he had braces. Steph saw the whole thing, so she knows it was Mikey. So she's like, next time maybe kiss him with your eyes open.
It's a whole nother experience.
Mikey is like,
it was funny because Mikey was like discombobulated after that because he's like, oh my god, I just had my first kiss, and he's like in a daze, and Steph goes, that way, lover boy. Like, she's like, get out of here.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Oh, so now the kids are they're starting to hear the Fratellis, and they're like, ah, crap, they're coming. So they run, Fratellis follow. The Goonies cross this big log, and Data's like, don't worry, I got this. He's got slick shoes. So he like walks on the log in the middle of it, and it sprays oil.
Yeah, like out the
I'm
back of
assuming
it,
it's
like
oil.
his like heel kind of splits, and it literally like just split, like spritzes oil everywhere.
Yeah, his like shoes open, they're like beep, and then it's like beep beep beep.
It's so cool.
His slick shoe invention, and so that's what happens. So both the Fratelli, so Joey Pants is the first one. He's Francis. He's the one with the toupee. Mm-hmm. And so he like runs to get the kids, and he slips. He does a backflip. And he lands with his legs open on the log. Yikes. Yeah. And they're like, are you okay?
Sweetheart, are you okay?
No. He's like, yeah.
No, yeah. He's speaking in only an octave that dogs can hear. Like,
yes.
His
so Jake, the other brother, attempts to do the same thing. Same thing.
Yeah, because mom is like, save your brother, get him. And then he literally backflips and does the same thing.
Yeah. So they're both in pain. And mom's like, idiots, I'll just do it myself, like.
Literally.
Yeah. So the kids move on, and they run into another puzzle.
Like a puzzle. Yeah. And now this puzzle is completely made of bones, and it's a piano made of all these bones, and what they're standing on are just like slabs of, like, I don't even know, rock or something. But we see like the music that should be played on the other side of the map. Like, there's music notes listed on like the back side of the map. So of course, like, Mikey's like, oh, I think that you need to play these. And Steph's like, oh my god, Andy, you know how to play piano. And Andy's like, girl, when I was 4. I have not touched a piano since then. Awesome. So now their lives are in the hands of Andy, who has not touched a piano in at least like 12 years.
12 years, right. Yes. It did say on the map, and the map is written in Spanish, so Mouth was able to read it, and it says like, it was like a rhyme, and it was basically like, he has to play the thing, don't make too many mistakes, or you're dead, or something like that. So poor Andy. She goes and she's like, okay, I think this one note is this, and she pushes it, and it's like, it like goes doo, and then there's like a bridge that slowly lowers a little bit. She's like, okay, good. So she hits the next note, and it's like, "Wah."
Yeah. And a chunk of the floor falls to the ground.
Yeah.
So
and I
now
think
they're
Dayton,
all like freaking fighting for their lives to stay on the
Yeah.
same slab.
I think Data almost falls in.
Yeah.
So they grab him back, and she does it again. Wrong again. It's like, "Wah." And then I think
Literally.
Brand almost falls in. And they're like, no more mistakes. We're going to die. Like, there's no room for mistakes. And so she does the fourth one. That one's right. Bridge comes down a little bit more. The fifth one is wrong. You get the ha. And there is no floor left. They're literally like standing as close to this
They're on
like
the last
organ.
floor.
Yeah, this piano as close as possible. And she plays the correct last note, and the bridge drops down. The kids run. The Fratellis are right there. And I guess there's enough of a ledge that the Fratellis can just go around the ledge.
Jump on and kind of run
Yeah.
around. Yeah.
Yeah, the mom's
They
like,
don't
here I
know.
go. Follow me. You know, they're like,
Literally.
"Okay." Yeah. So now the kids, after they go over the bridge, they're on some water slides. So they're just flying down to God knows where. Just spinning around upside down every which way you can go down a water slide.
Yeah, they're like backwards, like on their belly. I'm like, you guys really just jumped down anywhere, huh?
Yep. And they land into a big, like, pool of water. And this is the hidden grotto. And when they turn around, what do they see?
Are you okay, Mel? Andy, are you all right? Are you all right? What? Oh my God. Oh, wow.
They see the giant Inferno, which is One-Eyed Willie's pirate ship. It's huge. It's also docked, so it's just like, you know, attached by the rope or whatever. And of course, they all climb on board because they're like, well, I think we found it, guys. Like, this is, if there was gold and treasure from a pirate, this is where it would be, on their freaking pirate ship. So they climb onto the ship, and of course, poor Data's always falling. Data falls through the floor, even though he's like the tiniest one. But
Yeah.
he falls through the ship's floor, and he's just really pissed off, and he is just so sick of seeing all these skeletons everywhere and also falling.
Yeah. So it's like I'm falling in these skeletons.
Like, damn it. All I do is fall and find skeletons, god damn it.
Right.
It's okay. But then it's 5 tiles of falling and then it's tiles skeletons.
Why did you use the stairs?
Use the stairs. 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 The stupid guy's up there telling me to use the stairs when Data's falling.
That is a legit beef though.
That is legit
That's
beef.
Data's beef. Data's beef. I'm sick of falling almost to my death and laying on skeletons.
And I'm always
Bull
finding
crap.
these damn skeletons. Stop me
Right.
from landing in all these femurs.
So the Goonies, they start arguing because they don't see any gold. There's no gold. They see a lot of dead skeletons with like swords in their eyes and craziness.
Of course.
Andy accidentally sets off a trap. Although it's not really a trap. What it does is it releases a little door on the ceiling, and it has like a little saying on it. They don't even read what the saying is, and they just bust through it, and they hoist Mikey up there and let him check it out.
Yeah.
So
So he stumbles upon what we know is like a treasure chamber, because you see just a bunch of basically dead pirate skeletons sitting around a table, and on that table there's just full of jewels and like gold and all of these other coins and stuff. And he does stumble around One-Eyed Willie himself. How do we know? Because he has the eye patch. And then he does have this moment with One-Eyed Willie as well, where he knows. Yeah, get that thing out of here. The eye patch. But he does have this like heart to heart with him, because he's like, you know what? Like, we made it here. We did go through all of your traps. Like, you are the original Goonie. Like, this is what we do this for. Like, this was the coolest adventure. And he's just like, wow, like, we've actually made it. Like, this is going to save our friends from splitting up, and and he's like having this little talk with One-Eyed Willie. And then as he's like tearing up a little, because it's very sentimental, like he's finally done it. Like they found what they were looking for. This is incredible. No one ever has done that before.
Hi, Willie. I'm Mike Walsh. You've been expecting me. Haven't you? I made it. I beat you. I got here in one piece.
And he looks up, and all the rest of the crew is standing there just looking at him, and they're basically like, are you done here, bud?
Right. So he tells everyone, all right, let's load up. And they're grabbing, like, the girls are grabbing, like, crowns and necklaces and jewels and gold, and they're filling their pockets and everything. Somebody goes to grab, there's these scales on One-Eyed Willie's right next to his like skeleton, and it's got gold in it, and he says, not that, that's One-Eyed Willie's, leave that for him. So they don't touch that, but they're like, loading everything up and just doing the best they can. I mean, the girls just have like jewels everywhere. It's like really funny.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure just one of the boys has a backpack, so nobody else planned for this correctly.
Right, yeah, like, come
they
on,
all
guys.
just have to fill their pockets. Like, Mouth even put some stuff in his mouth, for God's sake, so...
Yeah. Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the Fratellis are hot on their tail. They are already on the ship. Mama Fratelli has a gun. The brothers have swords. So awesome on that. And Data tries to use another one of his inventions, which is like a punching glove that does like the extended punching glove. Unfortunately, it punches him in the face. Poor kid.
Didn't work out as well.
It doesn't work out as well for him in that one. So the brothers laugh at him, and then he gets like frustrated or like just like fumbling around, and then the pinchers of peril that saved him, the little teeth, grab Joey Pants in the pants. And then the brother goes, let me help you with that.
I'm all like, Data's just unhappy. This is a pound.
Let me help you, brother. Let me help you.
He's got a sword. He's going to try to pry it off the guy's crotch.
With a pointy object. And the brother's like, are you effing kidding me? Get that thing away from me.
They hate each other so much, these brothers.
do.
It's so funny. He's like, let me help you with this. And big sword. He's going to pry off these little dental pincher things.
Thank God.
Oh, it's so funny. And then another, while they're the two brothers are trying to fumble around there, he shoots like a suction cup, and it pulls him towards Mama Fratelli, which the only good thing that happens is she drops her gun when he like bumps into her, so that's good. So she just grabs a sword, and they tell the kids to drop all their treasure. They like put like a blanket down there, like drop everything in there, so they're all like empty, and it's just a shame.
All their pockets and stuff.
And she's like, is that everything? And Mouth's like, Mouth is really quiet all of a sudden. That's weird. Why is he quiet?
You're so quiet all of a sudden. You're the one they call Mouth, aren't you? Oh my God! That all? Oh my God!
Yeah, he just has a bunch of jewels in his mouth. Like, he's got like rubies and sapphires in his mouth, and it's funny because he just like spits out a bunch of them, and then Mama Fratelli's like, come on, I know you got some more, cough it up, and he like spits out like 2 more, and then another one, and then another one. I'm like, Jesus, how many did you fit in there, bud? Like,
she pulls out like a pearl necklace, and it's like blah, 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 blah.
yes, I'm like, oh,
And then there's
okay,
like
anyway.
more stuff and more stuff. Like, okay. She's like, Jesus.
Got a big mouth, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, that's why they call him Mouth, I guess.
Yeah, seriously.
For him, I guess. So they're gonna Andy's tied up. Her hands are tied. And she's like, she calls Mama Fratelli a witch. She's like, you're a witch or whatever. She's like, you're first. You're going off the plank. So her hands are tied in the front. So off the plank she goes. Okay. And she's like, I can't swim with my hands tied. Yes, you can.
Girl, use your legs.
Yes,
And you're not even tied behind your back. Yeah, you can like doggy paddle. And also like there's shore as well. Like we're not in the middle of the ocean here. Like there's literally shore and there's no way that water is like super deep either, but whatever. I digress.
So Brand jumps in just right after her and she's of course drowning.
Yeah, she doesn't even try. She's
like,
just not even struggling. She just sinks.
Yeah, she's giving up on life, and Bran saves her, and they kind of swim like away and like underneath like a little like part of the cavern. So they just assume that they've drowned. Great,
I guess. Literally.
So who's next?
So Steph and Mouth are next, of course. They're always together, and they're next, and Mama Fratelli's kind of like using the sword to like poke them off the edge almost.
Go join your friends, you wiggles. How'd he get out?
Save him! Save him! It's Malcolm's Steph! Hey, Slaw! Chuck!
No! Captain Choke! Haha, give me the sword.
Captain Choke says, let's get the hell out of here!
And then we hear the very famous, hey you guys, from Sloth. And it's really sweet. It's a nice full like circle moment because when we were watching the TV with him, it was the pirate show and he literally like the actor was literally using the sword to come down the sail and like save everybody and fight. And that's exactly what Sloth does. He uses the sword to slide down the sail and does save them in that retrospect. And Sloth like uses, or hold on. They're also like dressed as pirates, which is super cute. I thought, I'm like, so you're like trying to save your friends, but you had enough time to like dress up in the little costumes that you found the ship.
And Chunk is like on his back while he's like sliding down.
Yeah, they're just best buddies. They're so cute. And Sloth then, of course, like he like uses the rope to swing and he like kind of grabs Mouth and Steph because he's insanely strong. We know this from before. And he protects the kids so then they can eventually get away. And Steph actually punches Mama like right in the face, and it's actually so funny that she does that. I'm like, okay, go Queen.
Yeah. And Sloth is his two brothers are trying to trick him because they think he's stupid, and they're like, let's play jump rope, and they're trying to like juke him out a little bit and like trying to get him to tie himself up, and he gets a little bit, but then he's like no, and he grabs both ends and he goes like this, and they like knock each other, and then he ties them up, and then he hangs them from the sails or whatever. So the two brothers are just hanging, and these two brothers hate each other so much. They're so like
all the time.
Yeah. the one brother Jake, the one that was in prison in the beginning, he's trying to tell Sloth, we couldn't get you, the right, accommodations or something. We couldn't get you what you wanted because we had to pay for Francis's toupee. And he's like, I don't wear a toupee. And then his hair like moves.
His like hair's like blowing in the wind.
Yeah. So definitely.
Like the goatee from Just Go With It, where it's just like flailing in the wind.
Yes. Yeah.
Literally.
So, yeah. So he ties them up. And then it cuts to Andy and Brand. And
still in the water, by the way.
Yes, they're in the water and they're just kind of hiding, and they end up kissing. And Andy goes, where's your braces? And he's like, what braces? And then Brand goes, Mikey! Because he knows Mikey.
Andy's like, oh, shush, it's fine. Because technically, like, it is her fault. She literally, like, dragged him.
Yeah.
And so then they just keep kissing. But that's really, it's so funny.
That was like the cute little thing. So of course now Mama Fratelli is trying to calm Sloth down. And she's like, she's singing him like, hush little baby, don't say a word, you know. When the bow breaks, the cradle will fall, and he's like, fall, and she's like, I only dropped you once, twice, three times, four, 5 times. And he's like, Mama's bad, is doing bad things or whatever. And he ends up like grabbing her and just throwing her off the plank. It's like, bye Mama. And then he follows her in, you know, and she ends up climbing back onto the ship. And she unties her boys, gets them down and unties them, and they go looking for gold. So they're like, we're gonna just go look for the gold since the kids are all off the ship, you know. And
they're not a threat to us anymore, really.
Right. And Bran just tells Mikey, like, hey, we need to forget the gold. Because Mikey's like, no, we got to get the gold. He's like, look, they're already on the ship. They've already tried to kill us once. We just need to escape with our lives. Like,
I think our lives are a little more important than staying in, you know, this town.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. And so his mama and her boys are having, you know, taking all the treasure. They're taking everything they can. And they touch One-Eyed Willie's scales. So what happens when they grab the gold from the scales?
Yeah, so, and of course, it was very specific. Remember when Mikey said, hey, no, that's One-Eyed Willie's gold, don't touch that. So it was already pointed out. And of course, Fratellis don't even care, whatever. So when they grab the coins from the scales, it sets off a final booby trap, which basically implodes the cave almost, and then will eventually do some other things here. But now the cave is caving in. So there's rocks flying from the ceiling everywhere, and the escape route that they had, because there was this big hole that they had their escape route, is now blocked. And Data is like, oh, well, I'll just light a candle so I can see better, you know? And then he's like, oh, shit, this is not a candle. It, first of all, it clearly says dynamite. For how smart this kid is, it clearly says dynamite on the stick. But they've already lit it, and he's like, oh my god, wait, it's dynamite. And he throws it to the large boulder, and then all of the kids in Sloth like retreat in the water, and they kind of wait for the explosion to kind of calm down. And there's still rocks in the way, but now they can kind of get through because Sloth like literally uses his whole body to lift this rock for then the kids to crawl out. And it's just a sweet moment that Sloth is saving their lives.
Yeah, he's strong enough to lift the one huge boulder. He lifts it like on his back, and they like climb through his like legs to get out because he's holding it. And of course Chunk, he's like, I want you to come with me. He's like, you need to come with me. Sloth's like, no, you know, because he sees his family. It's still his family. He sees them like struggling as it's like falling in, like the cave is caving in. And he says Sloth loves Chunk, and then he lets the rock down.
Oh my god, I always let.
I know. I was like,
so cute because it's just so wholesome, and I love them both so much.
Yeah. So the kids get out. We don't know what's going on with Sloth and the Fratellis. The Goonies show up on the beach. They're just walking on the beach, and their families are all there. All the families are there.
All the police officers and the detectives and now all their families are there. And it's a super sweet moment because the whole time throughout this adventure, Chunk's like, guys, we need to go back home. Like, I'm going to be late for dinner. My mom's cooking dinner. And of course, like, Chunk's mom brings him a whole pizza. And he's like, oh my God, Domino's my favorite. And then we see Data's dad, and he literally like is taking a picture to like show like he's obvious. They're all super excited that their children are all alive and safe. That's the whole thing. Like they're never mad. They're not even mad about them doing this. Like they're just happy that they're safe and alive. And Data's dad is like taking a picture, but how he takes the picture, he has his little Inspector Gadget jacket on, and there's like a button in his jacket and it like pops out. Just like, you know, just like his son. And he takes a picture with that camera, and then, but then the film, like, falls out of it, and he's like, oh, no, like, my invention. And it's super cute because Data's like, no, it's okay, Dad. Like, you can't hug a picture. And then they hug, and it's so cute. And the dad says, "You're my best invention." And it literally, that made me cry. I was literally like, because it's so wholesome. And then they take like a group hug with the mom and dad, and I'm literally bawling my eyes out because they're just so cute. And you can tell that Data looks up to his dad so much because he follows in his footsteps with that.
It's so cute. And then Andy's kind of with Brand, you know, they're like holding each other or whatever. And Mikey's sad because obviously he had a crush on Andy, because who wouldn't have a crush on Andy? She's gorgeous.
She's a girl. She's so cute and sweet.
Yeah. And she goes up to Mikey and she tells him if he keeps kissing girls like that, the rest of him will eventually catch up. So she's like trying to make him feel better.
Yeah, and she like kisses him on the cheek, I think, too, and he's just like,
she does. Yeah. And then we see the Fratellis on the beach with Sloth, which is great. The Fratellis get arrested. Sloth does not get arrested. Yeah, because he didn't do anything wrong. Sloth is going to live with Chunk's family now. Sloth tells
live
Chunk,
with me now, and
"You're
I'm
going to
gonna
live
take
with
care
you."
of you.
Yeah.
So cute.
He feels it's like they both feel very protective of each other. Like Chunk wants to, like, he's part of his family. They have a bond, you know. And Sloth's like, I want to protect Chunk. He's my buddy,
Definitely,
you know.
like the brother, like it's definitely like a older brother thing. It's so cute.
Yeah. It's just a whole happy moment, and then somebody has to come and ruin the damn moment.
Freaking Troy, first of all. Dumbass Troy and his dad, who's even worse, of course, because the apple don't fall too far from the tree. They basically tell Mikey's dad that he needs to hurry up and sign this contract because they don't only just have his home to tear down, but they have about 50 more homes to tear down and ruin all those people's lives too, because this country club just needs to expand, because that's just what the people want in this town. And because he just wants to wear cardigans for the rest of his life. Anyways, and he just wants his toilets to stop exploding, okay? And Mikey apologizes to his dad because the whole reason that they went on this adventure was because they wanted to find the gold and they wanted to be able to afford to keep their house, so then they can still have these adventures and still all be friends and live by each other. But again, Brand said that it was more important to save their own lives instead. And he just seemed very disappointed about that. And of course, Mr. Walsh is like, are you kidding me right now? We're the richest people because we have you guys. Like, you guys are just amazing, whatever. And of course, like, it's a wholesome moment. And then Troy's dad's like, come on, Walsh, you're looking at the richest people in Astoria here. Probably also have daddy's money. Just generations of daddy's money.
Right, yeah. So we see Rosalita. She's going through Mikey's coat, and she finds his bag of marbles. And she starts shouting something in Spanish. And they're like, what is she saying? You know, Mouth's like, no, they're like, no sign. He's like, oh, don't sign. And so Walsh is like, oh, he stopped signing because Rosalita found his bag of marbles, except for there wasn't marbles in there. There was a whole bunch of jewels. He had filled it up, and the Fratellis did not check his bag of marbles when they were taking all of the treasure from the kids. So, so Dad rips up the contract in front of everybody, in front of the news. News is there, of course, because this is a big deal. There was like,
he's like, shit,
5, 6, 7 kids missing. Yeah, there's like all these kids missing for no reason, and the Fratellis are on the loose. It was a whole big old, news day. And so he rips it up, and he's like, we're not going to ever, sell. It's not going to happen. Everybody cheers. Or, the houses are saved. Everybody in the community is super excited. They're going to be able to stay at the Goondocks. It's not going to get turned into, more of a country club. And the press is talking to the kids, and Chunk mentions a pirate ship.
Yeah.
And walking the plank, they're like walking the plank, and then Data says something about a big octopus. And then the police sergeant, he's like, Lawrence, he's like, all right, Lawrence, telling stories again? And they're like, no. And then he like looks in the background. And what's in the background?
Ladies and gentlemen, we're at Cauldron Point, and what appears to be a pirate ship.
Yeah, in the distance, this pirate ship that Lawrence was talking about is literally sailing off into the ocean, and it's just this beautiful symbol of the Goonies, like, daring spirit, and that was what was set off by that final booby trap, was the cave concaving, and then it set sail, so.
Yep.
Yeah. And then that's it. That's the end.
That's it. Yep, that is the classic movie, The Goonies. A lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So.
This movie also has a movie of, like, background stuff and everything made about it, too. So, like, there's just so much of this.
It's a big, this is definitely a big deal. This was a big 80s movie.
This was not a cult classic. This
is not the
film.
which I'm really trying to explain, because your dad's like, why don't you do movies that people know? I go, but that's not the point.
Yeah.
The point was to do like more obscure, like cult classics.
It's fun to do them every now and then, but also
occasionally
like
we'll do
how
them.
many, a lot of podcasts and stuff cover these types of movies. So
yes.
Obviously, if people recommend them, we're gonna do it. But
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we'll do, but we do want to stick with some of the like weirder ones. We've got some weird ones coming, but I don't know.
Definitely do.
Grease 2's coming eventually.
No, I'm trying to bring that back. Only the OG.
But you haven't watched it. You don't understand how much better
I've never
it is.
seen it, and I'm
so
really trying to
good.
keep it that way.
So bad. It is so good. You're going to be singing those damn corny songs, because they have way better songs than that one. Like corny.
God.
Oh, and Michelle Pfeiffer is just so
She's
damn
beautiful.
gorgeous.
I know.
And then sexy Rexy Manning, he's in it, but he's young and he's
He's
gorgeous.
Yeah.
Whoa.
He's not a creep in that one, hopefully.
No, that man is a fine looking man when he was young.
Okay, perfect.
Yes. Okay. So, fun facts. Budget first. $19 million budget. Opening weekend made $9,105,913, which is pretty impressive
really
for
For
back
the
in the day.
80s.
Yeah. So, total gross worldwide, $65,645,243.
Nice.
Not a failure at all.
No.
It was
Not like our
it was not a
movies
flop.
that we've done in the past,
Yeah, not a flop. Some fun facts. So, as we talked about Cyndi Lauper being on the TV in the beginning, she's singing the Goonies are good enough. Okay, it's a great song. It really is. It is.
It's very catchy.
It's good. Mm-hmm. And for those who played Nintendo a lot, which was me, I loved Nintendo, they had a Goonies game. And it would consistently play that song, but it was only the music, because it's only like, an 8-bit, 16-bit, whatever, 8-bit I think it was, the Nintendo was. So it was like, like the organ music of the Goonies are good enough.
Oh my gosh.
And it was just like in your head, like this one chorus. You're like, okay. And so according to Sean Astin, he was allowed to keep the treasure map, but his mom is Patty Duke. This is something like the boomers will definitely know. She was in a show where she played two people. They were like the cousins at, like, I don't know, Patty Duke show. She was also she was famous back then. She was
the Parent Trap situation.
Yeah. She was married to John Astin, who was the Gomez in the Addams Family TV show.
Okay.
He is not Sean Astin's biological father. However, he did adopt him. So that's why Sean Astin has his last name.
I love that.
So the parents did actually, John Astin and Patty Duke were divorced by the time this movie was done. And then when they watched it, watched it together, like holding hands, because that was like their son. This was his debut, Sean
I was
Astin's
gonna say,
debut.
this was his breakout, and he was one of the leads, so it's like,
Yes,
that's
he was.
pretty cool.
Yeah, so they were really proud of their son, which I thought was really sweet and wonderful.
He did have a really great career after that too. I love Sean Astin. I think he's so cute and it's just adorable.
Robert Davi, who is Jake Fratelli, the one that was in prison, he is a trained opera singer. So when he was like picking on Sloth, he was singing like some kind of opera song, and his voice is very good. Well, he's a trained opera singer, so they kind of like let it ride. Be part of his character. Yeah. June 7th was officially declared Goonies Day on its 25th anniversary by the mayor of Astoria. At the time, obviously, when that was. Yep. So the Goonies have an oath. This is the Goonies oath. I will never betray my Goondock friends. We will stick together until the whole world ends. Through heaven and hell and nuclear war, good pals like us, we stick like tar. Which doesn't rhyme. In the city or country or the forest or the boonies, I am proudly declared a fellow Goonie.
Nice.
So that's her little,
A little poetic.
Yeah. So that's her official oath. I think we're going to say the same thing when I explain this. So the bats. The bats were made of crumpled black pieces of crepe paper.
Creepy paper. I love what we do in the shadows. Oh my god.
And then they were shot out of an air cannon. That's how they made them so like.
Wait, that's you were really aggressive, so that actually makes a lot of sense. That's really funny.
So that's how they did the bats, because obviously they're not using real bats because, like Steph said, rabies. One-Eyed Willie's ship, the Inferno, was 105 feet long and took 2.5 months to construct.
Wow.
And it was modeled after Errol Flynn's ship in the movie Seahawk. So,
cool.
Some of the ship's rigging was recycled for the Pirates of the Caribbean ride in Disneyland, because they were at that time in 1985. They were remodeling the ride, and they used some of the pieces to like redo the ride.
Oh my god, that is so cool! Upcycling, I love that.
So Sloth's name, he's a Fratelli. So his name is obviously not Sloth. It is Lotney, Lotney. Lotney Fratelli was his born name. Cyndi Lauper co-wrote the theme song, and she shot a music video with cameos by Steven Spielberg. The 12-minute video tells the story as a musical. Cyndi plays a new Goonies recruit. The Bangles play pirates. And Andre the Giant plays Sloth. And then the child actors are
in
also
the music video.
Well. In the music video.
Yeah.
That was a 12-minute video.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. A lot of cameos in that. That's cool.
So Jeff Cohen, who played Chunk, he is an entertainment lawyer. That's what he does now.
Sick.
He actually drew up the contract for Data's character. I'm not going to pronounce his name correctly, so I'm just going to call him Data. It's Ki Hua Kwan. To appear in Everywhere All at Once. So he actually drew up the deal.
It's full circle. And that's what he won the Oscar for, right? So
yep. And when he won his Oscar, he thanked Cohen, calling him my Goonies brother for life in his Oscar speech.
That's so
Love
sweet.
it.
So cute.
Yes. And like we said, film debut of Sean Astin. This was also Josh Brolin's film debut.
Wow.
And Carrie Green's debut.
I didn't know her. I don't think I had seen her in anything else.
So here's why I think you don't hear a lot of Carrie Green. She looks exactly like Jamie Gertz from Lost Boys. And she's kind of, I don't want to call her the poor man's Jamie, or, the poor man's Jamie Gertz, but she looked an awfully like lot like Jamie Gertz, but Jamie Gertz had more of like a sensual, she could play like the sensual characters, where Carrie Green was more like that,
Girl
like
Next
all
Door.
American, yeah, girl next door
Yeah.
kind of thing. So I think that's
I
why.
can see that. Because when I was looking up, because we're the same, so we IMDb everybody. Because I'm like, I swear, like, I've seen them before. And she was one where I'm like, I don't think I've seen her. And when I looked it up, I'm like, yeah, I definitely have not seen her in anything. But she plays a great character in this movie, so.
When the kids see the ship, like when they went down the waterfalls and then they turn around and they see the ship, that was the first time they saw the ship. He
That's
wanted it to be a surprise and wanted to get their
Genuine
their like genuine reaction. Unfortunately, Josh Brolin said "fuck," so they had to reshoot.
That is a good reaction, though, because that thing is huge. It's you said 105 feet long.
Feet long, yes, and it was like, I forgot how tall it was. It was insanely tall. So it was basically like a real pirate ship, like
100%.
yeah. I don't know if this is a fun fact, but all the pirate skeletons are real, except for Chester Copperpot's. His is plastic.
Oh. Okay. Anyways. People thought they were donating their body to science, but they're donating it to
But they're in the
Steven
Goonies.
Spielberg,
I mean-
guess. But they're in the Goonies, I guess. That's
My
crazy.
skeleton's in the Goonies, great. That's my mom
Yeah.
right there.
No,
With the two
no,
daggers in her eyes.
It's so bad, yeah. Like,
Oh.
I hope that they got, like, the shout-outs at the end of the film then, because that's crazy.
Who knows? Like, yeah, who knows?
That's crazy to me.
I feel like if you go down to like, the old Hollywood prop studios, like from old Hollywood movies, there's probably a ton of like real
Yeah.
skeletons and skulls and body parts, like bone
Yes.
parts.
I
That
don't know.
who knows how they got them, you never know. I mean, it was shady back in the day, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
But that is fun facts. The only other fun fact I had was Josh Brolin's stepmom is Barbara Streisand.
oh.
Yeah.
All
His
right.
dad is an actor. I forgot his dad's name. Everyone's screaming it. I don't know. I'm not looking it up on IMDb. He's famous.
Okay.
I forgot his name.
All we care about is that Josh Brolin is Thanos, so.
Yes. So he's
And
doing just fine.
Yeah, he's doing just great. And I feel like the majority of people in this like did have a pretty good career after this movie, because a lot of the movies we do, it's like the one-hit wonders are kind of starring in it.
You're like, never heard from them again.
I'm like, oh, okay, they had like a cameo in this one music video 20 years ago, and that's it. That's the last we heard of them. But they, for the most part, had like most of them had a decent career after. So that's really cool to see.
Yeah. So that's Goonies. All right.
Yeah.
That's Goonies. We are going to go back to our roots and do an obscure movie that I absolutely
Great people in
freaking
it, by
love.
the way.
They're great people in it. Yes, there's many famous people in it. We are doing Johnny Dangerously. It stars Michael Keaton, so y'all know Michael Keaton from something. It's not Batman; it should be Batman. Michael Keaton's in it. Danny DeVito has a tiny part in it. Mary Lou Henner, she does a great job. Joe Piscopo's in it. He used to be on Saturday Night Live once.
These are once. But like these are people that I see and I'm like, oh, I've definitely seen them like a billion times.
So this is going to be, if you haven't seen this and you want to wonder, like, what the hell kind of type of movie is this? It's like I want to say it's almost like an Airplane-ish, kind of, without the jokes that didn't age well, maybe. There might be a couple jokes in there.
Yeah, it's like a goofy parody movie. That's
it's like a parody. Yeah, they parodied a lot of things. They like everything's literal.
Yeah, it's
like,
really just like weird sarcasm, goofy stuff. But
like an Airplane when he says, "Shirley, you can't be serious." I am. And don't call me Shirley.
it's
It's just like fun, like the humor
just
like that.
stuff like that.
But it's like a gangsters. It's a gangsters movie. And it's like, I thought like 1920s gangster.
Yeah, I mean, it reminds me of like Naked Gun kind of
Mhm.
vibe. Like it's like one
Yeah.
of those, but definitely not like, I don't know. It's just like not like
Super young
sexual,
Michael
weird
Keaton.
humor. Yeah, but
Super young.
it's
very good.
really funny.
I think you'll enjoy it. I don't know what it's on. I don't know if it's on. Is it on
I
anything?
want to say it was on HBO Max for a while, but you know how those things rotate. I mean, by the time we put these episodes out, we have to rent it on Amazon, so we'll figure it out. But I'm pretty sure last time I looked it up, it was on HBO Max.
Yeah.
So,
So if it's still on there, give it a watch. It's a good one. If you just
it's
like
definitely
movies,
worth a watch. It's just like nothing like I've really ever seen before. So
yeah,
it's just
none of the
cute.
movies we do are real like masterpieces where you're like, oh my god, this should win Oscars, and we're not going for that. We're not going for any Oscar-winning movies.
Yeah.
You know, so if that's what you're expecting, it's not happening. These are just like dumb, fun.
Yeah.
You just want to laugh.
Yeah, and these are movies you don't even have. There's like you don't have to read into it. That's the best kind.
Right.
I always have like 2 brain cells bouncing around by the end of the night, and these are movies like I can watch.
Mhm. Yeah, I enjoyed this movie a lot. We quoted a lot.
So, and it's just it's like The Wedding Singer. We quote that
Yeah.
movie literally every day.
Yeah. So, yep. So that's what we'll be doing. We'll be back next week, not next month. Trying to keep
We
up with
appreciate you guys
everything.
sticking around, and we're just happy to be back. So
Yeah, we're happy to be back. You know, as always, like, subscribe. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. Spotify, Apple Podcasts. That I don't know that we're apparently on, that people watch us on, which thank you. We appreciate it. You know, like, subscribe. I always say it every single time. If you could just hit the subscribe button, or just somebody just tell somebody, hey, hit the subscribe button. You never have to listen to these two yahoos again. Hey, we'll take it. We'll take it. You know, because
always
we
comment
do want to
on
grow our
movies that
channel.
you want us to cover as well, because we have an ongoing list, but obviously we prioritize you guys.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
Which will.
And if you have any beefs, you know, hey,
Yeah.
we'll you know, or if you have any ideas that you want us to talk about some things, obviously if we become bigger, we can do more things. But right now we're you know, happy to be here, happy to have anybody listen to us. Yeah. Trying to make these shorter. I am trying to make these shorter. I'm really, really, really trying, but I'm you
overanalyze a lot.
I overanalyze, and I think every single detail is important to tell. So when I tell a story, it goes into 75 different.
Yeah, it's the ADHD.
You know, yeah. I'm trying. I did try with this, so if I did leave some stuff out, it's because I'm trying to make it shorter. But yeah, so thank you everybody for tuning in. You know, we love all you guys. We love to have you. We love to do this. Just, you know, Ireland and I it's a nice mother-daughter bonding. We just like to do it. So it's just fun for us. And if we could grow our channel, that would be amazing. So yeah. But on behalf of myself, Katie, the Gen X mom,
and Ireland, the Gen Z daughter,
we want to thank you for joining us for another episode of Butterscotch Rewatch. See you guys next time.
Bye.